Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Nation Network. Vince McSham with you here. If you have downloaded the WCCW N64 mod and you're having trouble getting it to work, hopefully this video is going to take care of that for you. We also have a couple of tips and tricks that might help you with other games as well. Stay tuned because here we go. So once you've got your WCCW zip file put onto your C drive, which is what we all seem to recommend. First problem I had was that when you went to where the ROM should show up, I didn't have it there. If you recall. I don't know if you had that problem with yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the biggest issue for me seemed to be the texture folders went out of the directions. Just they said to use the higher textures folder, but that didn't work. So basically, you want to go into those plugins.
So we're gonna go to our plugins,
and then that GFX, and then the higher texture folder. You open that. You open this one too. So basically, you're copying all of this and you're moving it to that texture folder that's back a few files, kind of in the beginning of that.
Copy everything.
So you would copy all of that,
and then you'd go back,
and then you go back one again, and then so this texture folder that's there, you have it in there now because we pasted it there. Was basically empty.
This was empty here, and then we added it here.
We added it there. So now the next step after doing that is to open Project 64. And to me, the biggest thing...
I didn't have this showing up. Now, what did we just remapped it?
Yes. So you go to File, you choose your ROM directory, and then, you got it there. You just click on ROMs and you hit OK.
ROM and then OK. So if you're not, if you guys are downloading it and you don't see your WCCW here, which is what happened to me, this is how you get it to show up.
All right. So now the biggest step is to go to Options.
Yep.
And then go to Settings. And go to that Directories.
Okay. And real quickly, there's also, if you're looking at their still photo package to show you how to do things on theirs, they have stuff going on below plugins, which I never had that. So
that will work when you open the game. It shows up and you kind of just pause the game and then you'll see that on there.
Okay, that explains it. So directories.
Yep. So this is the most important part, is the part on the bottom here where it says textures. Is you want to make sure, like, yours is actually coming out of the higher textures now, which is strange. I don't know why it's actually working, but once you move those to that empty texture folder, then it works. So you kind of just go through and you want to make sure the top one is where your plugin is.
Right.
So if you click on that little box to the right.
So one of the things that we also noticed is originally when I got to this point, these were all grayed out.
Yes.
And then by doing this, it goes to the right location, and that's all. You didn't have to go anywhere. It does it by itself.
Yep.
But now it comes in bold.
Yep.
And that's basically what we were looking for. And then there was only one where it didn't go to where it should go. And it might have been that last one.
It was the last one.
Okay. And that's where you actually have to map it and tell it where to go to.
So it works out of the, obviously it's working for you. It seems to be working out of the higher textures folder now. So if you just press OK, but now the textures are actually in that other folder, which I believe is making it work. And then you just hit apply and OK. And from that point right there, I mean, you pretty much, the biggest step is just making sure that you have those files moved to the texture folder. So that's not empty. Configuring where, going back through those configurations, and as you guys will see, if he clicks on it, it should work for you. If you don't get any of this stuff right here loading on the screen, it definitely didn't work.
And we only did this once and it worked fine. So it
Yeah.
wasn't a matter of going back 100 times or anything. These steps is what I did and it worked. And there we go.
Yep. And then to get your sound, if you want to show them that, I guess, too.
Oh, yes. Forgot about that. So this game, you actually have to go into roster tool and then click here. And
once the game is open.
Once the game is open. And then you have to just wait a moment while this thing loads up. And there is a tiny little tool. If I can grab and drag it, there it goes. It'll pop up. Then just hit your enable audio music. You have to leave it open. So just put it somewhere out of the way. This you can close. But at this point in time, you're good to go.
Yeah.
As we learned, I tried doing my upload of my save file, and I know a lot of you have got back to me saying it didn't work. It sent you over to some Ted Nugent thing. Because of the copyright music they've used in the game, I guess MediaFire filtered it and realized it's in there. So that's why, like on my computer, I can still download that file perfectly fine, but nobody else can. So that's why we're doing this video, so you can hopefully just unlock it yourself and not have to deal with downloading it any other way. Any other particular learnings, Jay, that you think are helpful to people about this stuff? Because you seem to have done a lot of it.
I mean, the other thing I would say is, the options in there, make sure your controller is configured. Otherwise, that's pretty basic. And I think most people should know that. But, if you're not getting anything to work on your controller, you just need to go into those options and then go button by button, configure that and then save it.
And that's a good point, too, because it seemed like, did yours end up saving?
Yeah.
Yours did. Okay. And
yep.
Mine, I feel like it didn't save from yesterday. We've redone it today. If you've never done this, the fact that I can do it means that it's simple. Boom. I'm going to do it without the audio this time because it's deafening, which is cool when you're playing it.
Yeah, definitely. I wish there was a little bit of volume control. I know on most of the N64 games, they usually did give you the option of medium, high, and low for music, but
I don't even know why I'm bothering with that. Okay, so go to your options, then go to your controller plugin.
And the biggest thing is you want to make sure that Dropbox actually is showing make sure it's not on none. Make sure if your controller is plugged in that you have it selected. Otherwise, it's just not going to work for you.
So with me, so far anyway, I'll check again. But if I shut my computer down for the day, come back the next day, it's always on none. I can get the Dropbox, it shows up, but then today it didn't seem like it had saved the buttons that I had saved the day before. So we'll double check, because right now, and the way to double check is pretty simple as well. Click on there for your left trigger, and as long as you click the left trigger and button 4 doesn't change, then you know you had the right button.
Yep.
So right now, all I would do is check maybe 3 of them at random, and if all 3 are right, then I'm probably in good shape. Was that the B button? So there you go.
It worked right in the game.
And then I just go to OK. If I needed to, you can go to load, and then wherever I've saved 2 different settings, even though they should pretty much be the same, simply because it didn't seem like it worked the first time, and I wasn't sure if I did something wrong. But even if you actually had to go and map it out, it only takes about 30 seconds, so it's not that big a deal.
Yep.
But that's how you do that. Anything else?
Other than that, no. I think the biggest issue with this particular one here was just if everybody looks when they're doing it, they're going to notice that that texture folder is completely empty. I just happened to give it a shot, move it over, and it works. So any questions, they can obviously go through you, and I'm more than happy to assist any way I can.
Jay's the man. He knows what he's doing. He acts like he doesn't, but he does.
No, I'm not that good.
He acts like he doesn't. Well, I appreciate you immensely, my friend, because this is a cool-ass game, and I would have been heartbroken if I couldn't have messed with it.
No problem, man. And definitely got that other one too that we'll be
Yeah, where
looking
did you
forward to
find that, by
checking
the
out.
way?
YouTube actually. I
Oh,
just
no
kind of
kidding.
I was actually looking for an AWA one, and I came
Yeah,
across that.
I haven't even seen a video showing an AW. It shocks me.
Mm-mm,
How in
nothing.
the world did nobody? I mean, you got WCCW,
Yeah.
which crosses over to AWA. You have AWA rings in here.
Yeah. Yep. Nothing.
Sad. Truly, it is sad. Which of these games do you think was the hardest to install and get running?
Uh, for me, I want to say this one probably
Yeah. Okay, I
because
agree.
because of the texture thing. The other ones were pretty simple as long as you configured the paths correctly. Um, Seemed to work pretty good. The Legends one was kind of a little glitchy for me at first too.
Yeah, I needed to get some help on that one too. My buddy Dre 41 was able to get me going on that.
Yeah, at first I was just getting the plain No Mercy textures and that, but most of it just comes down to making sure that your paths are correct for the textures, and then everything kind of comes together. The WCW one, there's a roster or a music tool that it can extend for better music and better quality music. If you want to take the time to do it, you can, but it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I can tell you I won't be messing with that as long as the
No,
game
I
plays.
tried it once and it stinks because if it worked the first time and I didn't have to do it every time, I would use it. But every time you load the game, you kind of have to go back through that tool and use a hex calculator. And no,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I'll pass on all that. So
I was seeing that must have been what I was watching about. I was like, what the hell's a hex calculator? And then they're showing, and I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that.
yeah, when you open up the game, you see right on the main screen, it shows you the hex calculator and it kind of gives you the instructions. But I did try it once. It does work, but is it much better than the music that's in the game, in my opinion? Is it worth the time? No.
There you go. And let's see, we did the hex thing. There was something else in my mind about WCW, but it might have been Feel the Bang. Can't think of it at the moment. Felt that there was some little thing about that process that stood out to me
Um,
as being unique from the other games.
I think the only issue you really had with that was possibly just
Oh, with the
the
unlock codes to unlock
the
all.
unlock codes. Yes.
Yeah, do you remember that? I mean, I have the codes, but
Yeah. I can. If you go
walk
into
us
there, I
through it.
can just open up Project 64 and.
Let's see, where'd you go? CW Feel the Bang.
Yep, so you have to open the game. Yeah, the unlock all is kind of huge on this one because
Yeah.
otherwise, it is really sucks to have to try. It's so hard to get these guys. The difficulty is ridiculous.
Yep.
So then on here you go to system and you go to cheats,
That's what it was.
and then anywhere in an empty spot on here, you just right click it and you hit add new cheat.
And that's where I like unlock all was not there. I added that
Yep,
during
that's the
this
one we
process.
added and we named. So you just hit add new cheat, and then that arrow to the right of the screen
Yep.
will open up the
On the
other
side.
option
Yep.
there. And then this is where you can name it. We just named it unlock all. And then we just basically copy and pasted all those codes in that left side there.
I can put those in the description box down below so y'all can just copy them yourself like I did.
Yep. And like I said, we named it unlock all. Make sure you check it after you do imply it so you actually can get it. And that's really it.
That's
And
it.
then you have everybody on the game unlocked.
Yeah, that was the other big one. I knew there was something else out there.
Yeah, that was definitely that one.
Cool. All right. Well, again, I appreciate you so much, buddy.
Hey, no, anytime, man.
Well, we'll probably take you up on that one the next drop. Oh, by the way, so I added myself onto the Patreon for the WWF game and downloaded the Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty, Rocker Retires, things like that, and the Macho Man one. We can't get those working at the moment. Not sure if we're doing something wrong or if it's just not playing right. We've also noticed a few different characters in singles modes that will just automatically crash the game. So sending messages over to the gentlemen that are working on the game to let them know. And we're hoping to have them on Monday sometime. So I'm waiting to see if we can set a time up and do that. So more to come on the WWF Legends Challenge 64. You got anything else, Jay?
No, I think we covered anything. And again, if you guys, have any questions or whatever, you can leave them in the comments and VM's videos. And if he can't figure it out for you, you can always hit me up, and we'll definitely try to help you guys out the best we can.
I love this community. That's what we do. All right. Well, that's going to wrap. I hope this helps you guys out. I hope you're able to get the WCCW up and running and maybe get your full roster for WCW Feel the Bang going. And if not, yeah, like you said, hit us up and we'll do everything we can to help you out.